Chapter 81. Suppressing the Phoenix Curse. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Nyo iwo Studio Editor. Nyo iwo Studio. Madame Xiao couldn't believe her ears. What have we done in the past to have someone like you in our clan? If the barbarians know that we have taken you in, they'll definitely come and kill us all. Madam, do you know who was the one who had the Mo clan destroyed? Yi Mo asked. The Mo clan was wiped out by a true energy realm martial artist, yet even the three major alliances couldn't do anything about it. Wait, you know who did it? Madame Xiao asked. It was all because Mo Feng and Man Tai were trying to get their hands on the imperial concubine. They even almost got her killed. The emperor was furious about the incident. That's why he ordered the massacre, Yi Mo explained. The Mo clan was the first on the list, and the barbarians will be next. If the emperor finds out that the Xiao clan and the barbarians have an arranged marriage, the emperor's wrath will find its way here. Please cancel the marriage by any means possible. I know I've brought the Xiao clan many problems, Yi Mo continued. But Ye released her curse in order to save me. There must be a way to solve all of these problems. Novel full, what way? You're just a spirit-cultivating third-realm brat, what could you do? Madame Xiao said. The barbarians have true energy realm martial artists by their side. If they do come, we'll have to hand you over. My love, let's save this for another time. We have to help Xiao Yu suppress the curse first. Xiao Yuanshan said. Both of them hovered their hands above Xiao Yu, and their energy began to seep into Xiao Yu's energy center. The Phoenix Curse turned into a huge phoenix covered in flames, soaring around Xiao Yu's energy center. The phoenix opened its wings as unknown energies were trying to force it out of Xiao Yu's energy center. With one flap of its wings, the phoenix pushed Xiao Yuanshan and Madame Xiao out of Xiao Yu's energy center. Impossible. What did you see? It's a phoenix. The phoenix that was on Xiao Yu's face is now in her energy center. So it's preventing us from getting close to Xiao Yu. What should we do? Xiao Yuanshan sighed and shook his head. They only had one daughter. If Xiao Yu were to die, they had nothing left to live for. Our powers are not enough to get close to the phoenix, only a true energy realm martial artist could do that. I'll send a sound pigeon to my dad and ask for his help. But it will still take 3 days, and I'm not sure if Xiao Yu will last that long. Madame Xiao said anxiously. The sound pigeon was a beast that could record sounds of the sender and replay it for the receivers. Amidst their discussion, Yi Mo stood up and said, "Can I try?" You. Even Yuanshan could not get near to the curse, what could you do? Madame Xiao said. My life is worth nothing if I can't save Ye. I believe I can extract the curse from her energy center. Please use the Yin poison grass's source when that happens, Yi Mo said. My love, Yi Mo really cares about Xiao Yu, why don't we let him try? I'll stop him if something happens, Xiao Yuanshan said. Madame Xiao did not say anything but looked like she agreed to it. Yi Mo walked to Xiao Yu's side and looked at her face. Yi Mo placed his hands above Xiao Yu's energy center and closed his eyes. The rising dragon pillar could absorb every energy that ever existed, so in theory it could also absorb the Phoenix Curse. If he could control the pulling strength, he could force the curse onto the surface. Yi Mo took extra caution as the rising dragon pillar began to vibrate, and the black hole slowly formed. Suddenly, Xiao Yu's energy center was being sucked by a huge vacuum, and the phoenix began to scream as it tried to resist the rising dragon pillar. For a short moment, the phoenix was able to stand its ground. This Phoenix Curse is definitely strong. This is first time I've seen something that could resist the rising dragon pillar's pulling force, Yi Mo said as he kept his focus on the rising dragon pillar. The rising dragon pillar was able to trap billions of dragons. What could a mere phoenix do? Alas, the phoenix turned into green light and was pulled out of Xiao Yu's body. The phoenix tattoo began to appear on her face again. Xiao Yuanshan and Madame Xiao looked at Yi Mo in disbelief. They were shocked by the fact that Yi Mo was able to achieve what they couldn't do. He was able to pull the phoenix out with his own power. My love. Hurry up and seal the phoenix. Madame Xiao was pulled back to reality. The pearl on her hand began to shrink until it was as big as an eyeball. Novel full, the pearl broke as purple energies seeped out from it. Madame Xiao thrust her hand into the energy and pulled out a purple string. She began to draw runes on Xiao Yu's face with the string. Is this how sealing is done? Madame Xiao is a basic, level charm master, Linger said. She's using the Yin poison grass's source as a medium to draw the runes to seal the curse. A basic, level charm master is one level higher than entry level. These are people who can create rank 2 charms. Looks like Ye inherited her talent from her mom. The purple runes covered the phoenix tattoo on Xiao Yu's face as the phoenix quieted down. Madame Xiao successfully suppressed the curse with the Yin poison grass, yet the tattoo on Xiao Yu's face was larger than before. The phoenix curse was one of the 4 ancient curses. Even the barbarian's frozen silkworm could not absorb it. Even though the curse was suppressed, Xiao Yu was still in a coma. Yi Mo looked at the phoenix tattoo on her face and smiled. Even though the green tattoo had destroyed her beauty, it did not change Yi Mo's affection towards her. I still need to think of some ways to fully control Ye's curse, Yi Mo said to Linger. If she could control it, her strength would be tremendous. She could even be stronger than me. At least you don't have to worry for now, Linger said. She should be able to wake up after a few days. She was lucky that we were able to suppress the curse, or else she could have been in real danger. You're right. I'm glad she is okay for now. Mo Feng said that he has already told the barbarians about me killing Man Tai. If the Emperor had not ordered to have them destroyed, we would be in deep trouble. Yi Mo frowned. There are a few true energy realm martial artists amongst the barbarians. If they were to come, what should I do? Plus, Yi Changsheng was scouted by a Union chief. He'll definitely return stronger. He'll definitely be at the tournament that's in 10 days. Well, at least I don't have to worry that much about him since I have 37 dragon energies within me. As long as Yi Changsheng remains in the spirit cultivating realm, he should pose no threat. What makes me worry are the barbarians. Yi Mo couldn't help but feel powerless because it was impossible to raise one's strength in a few days. My strength should be enough for me to get into the 3 major alliances. I think I should try and see if I could create some true energy pills in the meantime. Chapter 82. Refining True Energy Pill. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Nyo.bo Studio Editor. Nyo.bo Studio. 10 days were left before the Limestone Champion list began, and every disciple from the Shao clan was going at full speed with their training. Yet Yi Mo did the opposite. It had been hard for him to make any further advancement since he'd just reached the spirit-cultivating 3rd realm. It even took time for Yi Mo to awaken another dragon energies. The dragons were all trapped by the rising dragon pillar. With enough natural energy, Yi Mo might be able to free another dragon, but it was impossible as the required natural energies were immense. The amount of natural energy Yi Mo could absorb was just a drop of water in the river. It was almost impossible. That was the reason Yi Mo shifted his attention to refining a true energy pill. In theory, the true energy pill could help an energy-shaping 9th realm break through to the true energy realm. Creating the pill was a feat that even the Alchemist Guild Master couldn't achieve. One pill was worth as much as a whole clan's fortune in Limestone City since it had a 100% success rate. With the help of the pill manuscript and the time he spent with Elder Yin, Yi Mo had mastered the fundamentals of pill refining. With the 5 elements energy supporting his own spiritual energy, Yi Mo had high hopes in successfully making the pill. Yet the ingredients for the pill were scarce. Even the 100 Treasure Pavilion did not have them. Yi Mo could only ask for Xiao Yuanshan's help. Mr. Xiao, do you have yellow jasmine, wood, grass, and pearl drop? Yi Mo asked. Those are very rare items. If I'm not mistaken, aren't those the ingredients for the true energy pill? Xiao Yuanshan asked. Yes. Since I've gotten my hands on the pill manuscript, I can create the true energy pill on my own, Yi Mo explained. And if I could refine the pill even further, you could advance to the true energy realm with it. Then the Xiao clan will be the biggest clan in all of Limestone City. We don't have to be afraid of the Yi clan or the barbarians anymore. Well done, Yi Mo. Ye definitely chose the right man. After everything is settled with the barbarians, I will talk to my wife about your marriage with Xiao Yu. Xiao Yuanshan laughed. Marriage? I think you're mistaken, Mr. Xiao, Yi Mo said anxiously. Of course, Yi Mo has fallen for Xiao Yu, but he was still young, and he still had to take revenge for his father. It was still too early to talk about his future. The two of them did not notice a shadow outside the main hall. Xiao Yu's eyes were filled with happiness as she approached the main hall, but tears began to flow down her cheeks when she heard their conversation. She touched the tattoo on her face with her shaking hand. I'm just a cursed girl. Of course, no man would like this face of mine. Xiao Yu smiled bitterly as she covered her face with her veil again. Her heart, which had melted for Yi Mo, was once again frozen. Do you not like Ye? Xiao Yuanshan asked. I love her. Yi Mo said with pride. But I'm still young and inexperienced. When I've made my name known to all of Tianwu Kingdom, then I'll let every person know that Xiao Yu is my wife. Unfortunately, Xiao Yu did not hear that part. Well said. Xiao Yuanshan applauded. A man should have his own pride and goals. Since you have promised to marry Xiao Yu in the future, I'm now considering you as part of the Xiao clan. As for my wife, I believe she would have no objects if you could create a true energy pill for me. Come, I'll bring you to our pill refining chamber. Xiao Yuanshan took Yi Mo to the pill refining chamber and fetched him the ingredients he requested. Yi Mo put all the ingredients into the cauldron and began to focus. He put all of his mind and soul into the process, as creating a true energy pill was not something that can be taken lightly. The fire element of the 5 elements energy shone brightly as Yi Mo tried to utilize it. Yi Mo thrust his finger forward as he shot flames into the cauldron. Yi Mo's mind's mortal gate began to shake slightly. He'd already ran a few simulations in his head beforehand. He kept pouring the fire element into the cauldron as he followed the instructions on the pill manuscript. After a few minutes, a pill began to take shape in the cauldron. That should be it. Yi Mo said and stopped pouring his energy. He opened the lid and found a half-baked true energy pill in it. A failure. Yi Mo sighed. Even though I'm not good at pill making, I do know that it's easier than making charms, Linger said. You were able to create powerful flame charms before, you should be able to make this pill successfully with a few tries. The most important part in making pills is my mindset. Even though I'm confident in my skills, my mind wasn't in the right space, Yi Mo murmured. I definitely have the skill to create true energy pills. It should be able to help Mr. Xiao to advance into the true energy realm. Then, even the barbarians would pose no threat to us. Yi Mo made up his mind and kept on trying. Just as the ingredients were almost gone, Yi Mo finally succeeded in making the pill. It was a gold-colored pill, and even though it didn't look great, the energy vibrating from it was enormous. Yi Mo held the pill in his hand and transferred all 37 dragon energies to it. Markings began to engrave themselves onto the surface of the pill as pill aroma began to fill the room. The true energy realm pill was refined by all 37 dragon energies. The pill's effect had already reached the highest grade. Even a talentless energy-shaping ninth realm martial artist could break through to the true energy realm with the pill in his hand. Chapter 83. I'll Never Leave You. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Translator. Nyo.bo Studio Editor. Nyo.bo Studio. Just as Yemo finished refining the true energy pill, Xiao Yuanshan came rushing in and said, "Hey, Yemo, Xiao Yu has already woken, and she says she wants to see you, yeah. Alright, I'll head over to her room right away," Yemo said as he handed Xiao Yuanshan the pill. "This is the true energy pill. It's already refined." "Wait, what? True energy pill? You really succeeded." Xiao Yuanshan couldn't hold his excitement. Shaking, he took the pill and could immediately feel the power coming from the pill with both markings and aroma. "Well done, young lad. With your help, our Xiao clan will definitely prosper. I'll go and attempt the breakthrough right away." Xiao Yuanshan was in his 40s and had been stuck in the energy-shaping ninth realm for quite a long time. With the true energy pill, he should be able to overcome his own limit easily. Xiao Yuanshan was committed to his task. He ordered his whole clan to not disturb him during the training. He'd also intentionally left the true energy pill part out. Yemo went and met with Xiao Yu, but Xiao Yu was cold towards him. It felt like it was the first time they met, even if Yemo had already been treating Xiao Yu as his own woman ever since she kissed him. Yi Qin had told Yemo that if a girl took the initiative to kiss him, it meant the girl really liked him. The night was dark as Yemo sat on the bed. He recalled the coldness from Xiao Yu and felt like something was off. Xiao Yu had told him a lot of weird stuff. "I can't stand it anymore. I have to go and ask what is going on. I think something big is about to happen," Yemo said and jumped out of the window. He stood outside Xiao Yu's room. The candle was still lit, so Yemo knocked on her door. "Who is it?" Xiao Yu asked. "It's me, Yemo. What do you want?" Xiao Yu asked in a cold voice. "Aren't you being a little cold towards me? You seem different." Yemo said. "Then how do you want me to treat you?" Yemo stood outside the room, not knowing what to say. After a few seconds, he finally opened his mouth and said, "Have a good rest, yeah. Tears filled Xiao Yu's eyes as she heard his footstep leaving. "You big idiot." Suddenly, the tattoo on her face began to move again, and Xiao Yu's expressions changed. Her body began to shake as the curse spread throughout her body. "Oh no. I can't control the curse anymore." Xiao Yu rushed out her room. She wanted to leave the Xiao mansion and Limestone City. She wanted to find an empty land as far as possible, so then at least she could die knowing no one had to go down with her. Xiao Yu took out a charm and summoned the lion statue. She jumped onto it and flew towards the Limestone City's outskirt. "Yemo, isn't that Xiao Yu? It looks like her curse is going berserk again." Ling'er shouted. Yemo quickly looked towards the sky and sensed where Xiao Yu was. He used all 37 of his dragon energies and rushed towards her. "I thought we had it under control. The Phoenix curse has its own will. The stronger we suppress it, the harder it will fight. I think Xiao Yu is trying to leave Limestone City to get as far away as possible so she can release the curse somewhere no one will get hurt. Xiao Yu would definitely die if she were to release the curse." "Yeah, is this why you were cold to me? I'm not letting you die." Yemo's face tightened as he increased his speed with windward dash which far surpassed the lion statue's speed. In a few seconds, he stopped. He kicked the ground and jumped towards the lion. He grabbed and pulled the lion as it began to fall. Xiao Yu noticed the lion's changes, and she looked down and saw Yemo beneath the lion. "Leave me alone. I hate you." Xiao Yu screamed. "Come down." He increased his strength, and the lion lost its balance. Xiao Yu fell from the lion but was caught by Yemo. The curse was already rampaging throughout her body. Yi Mo noticed the green tattoo had expanded to her forehead, nose, eyes, and even her hands. The night was lit by a full moon. Yi Mo landed on top of a mountain with Xiao Yu in his arms. "Please, don't look at me," Xiao Yu begged as she tried to get away from him. Yet no matter how hard she tried, Yi Mo wouldn't let her go. "The curse is about to explode, I'm not going to leave you here alone." Yi Mo hugged Xiao Yu. "I'll stay by your side even if it means I'm going to die too." "Why are you so stupid? If you don't leave me, you'll really die." Xiao Yu cried. "I promised your father that I'd marry you once my name is known to all of Tianwu Kingdom. You cannot die before that." Yi Mo said as he slid his hand towards Xiao Yu's stomach, about to use the rising dragon pillar. "Wait, you idiot. If you use the rising dragon pillar, you too will definitely die." Ling Er shouted as she noticed Yi Mo's intention. "Did you really promise my father that? Don't you hate how I look?" Xiao Yu stared at Yi Mo with her blue eyes. Yi Mo did not say anything but replied with a deep kiss. The kiss meant that he would always stay by her side. Both of them lost themselves in the romantic kiss. Suddenly, a gust of wind howled as an immensely strong energy appeared. "I never thought that I would meet the Phoenix curse here," a woman wearing green garments said. The woman floated in the sky and had her eyes locked on Xiao Yu and Yi Mo. The woman soared with the wind. Her beauty was indescribable. As she floated in the fog-covered sky, it looked like a goddess was descending from heaven. Chapter 84. Sky Bane Palace. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Nyo.bo Studio Editor. Nyo.bo Studio. The Phoenix Curse is about to be released, and yet the boy chose to remain by the Phoenix girl's side. He must really treasure her. The woman smiled. "I never thought I would meet the Phoenix girl here. If she were to come back to the palace with me and train, she might just be the strongest there." The woman began to descend towards Xiao Yu and Yi Mo. "Stop kissing. Someone strong is approaching," Ling Er said. "Who's there?" Yi Mo shouted as he noticed strong energy vibrating all around him. He raised his head and saw a goddess floating in the air, smiling at him and Xiao Yu. "What the hell? How powerful is she?" Yi Mo was surprised by the fact that the woman was floating in the air without the use of energy wings. "Who are you?" Yi Mo stood in front of Xiao Yu. "Spirit cultivating third realm." The woman frowned. She'd never thought that the boy would be so weak, yet it was still reasonable as Limestone City was quite an underdeveloped city. The woman swung her arm, and Yi Mo was blown away by invisible energy while Xiao Yu was pulled towards her. One swing was enough to separate both Yi Mo and Xiao Yu. "Who the hell are you? Give Yaya back." Yi Mo quickly stood up and shouted. He summoned the formation, breaking spear and readied all 37 of his dragon energies. "Wait, Yi Mo. I don't think this woman is trying to hurt me," Xiao Yu said as she noticed the woman was trying to help her. "The Sky Blood Spearhead. Even though it's damaged, I can still feel the evil energy in it," the woman said and gasped. "Your little girlfriend's Phoenix curse will be fully released in about an hour. Not only will she die, but this whole area will also be destroyed by it." "I know," Yi Mo said. "Will you be able to save her?" "Yes, and not only I can save her, but I can also help her to master the curse." The woman smiled. "This is one of the 4 ancient curses. If she were to return to my palace with me, I should be able to find her a suitable cultivation method. By then, not only will the curse stop causing her pain, but she could also become one of the most prominent martial artists in the world." "Why should I believe you?" Yi Mo frowned. "Why do you think I would lie to you?" the woman asked. "Your girlfriend is still alive after hosting the curse for so many years. That means she is suitable to train with me. Such talent is hard to come by these days. Yemo, I think this woman has already reached the heaven-breaking realm, maybe even further than that, Linger said. Plus, her cultivation method must be one of the poison cultivation. She's either from the Sacred Bane Division or the Sky Bane Palace. The poison cultivation. Doesn't that mean she's from one of the evil clans? I'm not going to let Yaya join them. Yemo said. You big idiot. Who told you that training in poison cultivation means they're from the evil division? Linger sighed. The Sacred Bane Division and the Sky Bane Palace are two strong clans in the Lingwu continent, and they are both decent clans too. Fine, but will I be able to see Yaya again? Yemo asked. Come to the Sky Bane Palace when you've reached the true energy realm, the woman said. The true energy realm. Yemo gasped. He couldn't grasp the strength of the Sky Bane Palace. Xiao Yu knew in her heart that she did not have time to control the curse. She was a risk to both herself and the people in Limestone City. She had to leave, even if it meant leaving her family and Yemo behind. She wasn't someone who made decisions rashly. She knew that it would be just moments before the curse fully released. That was the reason she rode out of the city on the lion statue's back. Now that she'd met someone who could help her control the curse, the only decision she could make was to follow that person. Yemo, please help me take care of my parents, Xiao Yu said. Take me back and marry me when you've reached the true energy realm. I will. I will treat your parents as if they were my own, Yemo promised. Even if he didn't want her to leave, her life was more important than anything. He was certain that he could reach the true energy realm in a short amount of time. You won't have to wait long. A bright light lit up the dark sky, and both of the ladies disappeared in front of Yemo. What power? Yemo gasped. Her power is still not even considered strong on the Lingwu continent. You still have a long way to go, Linger said. Yemo nodded and stood up. Suddenly, he noticed a group of people marching towards Limestone City. With his extraordinary eyesight, Yemo could see that they were all riding on beasts, which could only mean that they were the barbarians. Yemo leaped from the mountaintop and landed on the ground, which shook the whole mountain. He kicked the ground and stopped just moments before the barbarians could see him. Yemo had guessed that the barbarians were on their way to take him down. He found a high spot and checked the barbarians' formation. There was a total of 8 warriors riding on huge rhinos that were as big as elephants. These rhinos could only be ridden by barbarian nobles. 8 of them would be enough to fetch a price that could buy a whole smaller clan in Limestone City. Each of the warriors was big and tall, so the rhinos looked like normal horses when they were riding them. They are all either spirit cultivating 8th realm or 9th realm. I don't sense any energy shaping realm martial artist nearby. Since they are here for me, I'll wait for them here and strike them midway. This should lower their morale a little, Yemo said as he lay prone, waiting for the best moment to attack. Suddenly, the 8 rhinos stopped. The leader of the group was an old man with white hair. Even though he hadn't reached the energy shaping realm, his awareness was great, as if he could sense everything around him. The old man was Man Hu, and he was a half-energy shaping realm martial artist. Even though he wasn't as strong as an energy shaping realm artist, he was still much stronger than any spirit cultivating 9th realm. Who's there? A mere spirit cultivating 3rd realm. Are you that eager to meet your creator? Yemo knew he couldn't hide any longer and jumped out. He rested the formation, breaking spear on his shoulder and said, "This is my road. If you want to pass, then pay up." Chapter 85. Half-Energy Shaping Realm. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Nyo.bo Studio Editor. Nyo.bo Studio. All of the barbarians' warriors laughed at Yemo. They were the sum of the best warriors that the barbarians could spare, all on their way to Limestone City to investigate Man Tai's death. The weakest of them was a spirit-cultivating 8th realm, while their leader was a half-energy shaping realm martial artist. They couldn't believe that a spirit-cultivating third realm brat would stop them on their way trying to rob them. Their laughs were filled with murderous intent. Sir Man-Hu, let me take care of this brat, one of the 8 realm warriors said, and jumped off his rhino. He jumped over Yi Mo's head and thrust his palm towards Yi Mo. A huge energy circle that weighed more than a mountain shot out from his palm. It was one of Barbarian's secret martial technique, the mountain press. Man Tai had used the same technique against Yi Mo when they'd fought. At that time, Yi Mo wouldn't dare take the technique head-on and had to use the rising dragon pillar to absorb the energy circle. Now, Yi Mo had awakened the rank 1 dragon blood, so his body was as sturdy as a dragon beast, and each of his mortal gates could hold the strength of 9 dragon energies. With the spear still resting on his shoulder, Yi Mo raised his left arm without adding any strength to it. Do you think you can become a mountain robber with that power of yours? The warrior laughed. Yi Mo smirked at the comment and focused 9 dragon energies to his left hand. He thrust his palm forward, and a gust of wind shot towards the warrior like a huge dragon. *T, the leader shouted and jumped towards the 8th realm warrior. He reached his arm out, trying to save his subordinate. But it was too late. The wind was as strong as a spirit-cultivating 9th realm attack, and the 8th realm warrior couldn't stand the pressure. He was sent flying as his body was crushed by the wind. His dead body lay yards away from Yi Mo. The barbarians were shocked by what they'd just witnessed, and even the rhinos took a few steps back out of fear. Yi Mo rubbed his nose and said, I told you to pay up, and you guys didn't even listen. Yi Mo was exactly like a mountain robber, not afraid of anyone who stood in their way. Ever since Xiao Yu was taken away by the Sky Bane Palace, and since he learned that Qi Yin was an imperial concubine, he was eager to become more powerful. Plus, he still had to find the person responsible for his father's death. The fastest way he could think of was to fight opponents stronger than him. What a cunning kid. Who are you? What was that just now? Why are you targeting us barbarians? Man-Hu shouted in anger. He wasn't stupid enough to be fooled by Yi Mo's act, but a 15-year-old kid who could kill an 8th realm instantly was not a force to be reckoned with easily. Man-Hu put up his defenses as he felt the kid in front of him was a threat to his troop. Well, to tell you the truth, my name is Yi Mo, and I'm the one who killed Man Tai, Yi Mo introduced himself. But you all got it coming since Man Tai was trying to lay his hands on the imperial concubine. So, you're Yi Mo. Man-Hu shouted. Wait, did you say Man Tai was trying to lay his hand on the imperial concubine? The barbarians knew very well what Yi Mo had meant. Oh, didn't you know? The Mo clan has been wiped out by the emperor, and the barbarians will be next. I guess I'll lend the emperor a hand and take care of you guys first. Yi Mo grabbed his spear and disappeared. He reappeared in front of Man-Hu as the spear impaled Man-Hu's body easily. Yet Man-Hu did not even flinch, and a cunning smile appeared on his face as he disappeared. Man-Hu reappeared behind Yi Mo before he could even pull back his spear. I don't care if the emperor is angry or not, all I know is that I'm going to kill you right now and avenge the young master. Man-Hu roared. Man-Hu raised his arm and the energy around them began to vibrate viciously. A huge vortex of energy concentrated in Man-Hu's palm, and a huge palm appeared above Yi Mo. The palm was so massive that it could grab a whole mountain. The barbarian's secret martial technique, mountain crushing palm. If the mountain press could reshape a mountain, then the mountain crushing palm could crush a whole mountain. If the technique was used by an energy-shaping realm martial artist, they could even crush a whole mountain into dust. Man-Hu's strength was beyond Yi Mo's prediction. Man-Hu was both fast and strong. The pressure from the massive palm itself made it hard for Yi Mo breathe. The power of a half-energy-shaping realm was devastating. Yi Mo calmed himself down as the formation, breaking spear vibrated in his hand. Yi Mo wasn't afraid of the attack and, instead, wanted to dispel it with his spear. Yi Mo felt that he had merged with the spear as his body was covered in blood-red evil energy. Yi Mo opened his eyes as infinite evil energy gathered on the spearhead. The spear impaled the huge palm. The palm exploded, and lights shot throughout the mountain. A huge pothole was formed underneath Yi Mo and man who was thrown back by the explosion. Impossible. How is he able to withstand man whose mountain-crushing palm? That attack could kill a spirit-cultivating ninth realm warrior easily, and yet he was unharmed. Yi Mo pulled back the formation, breaking spear and stared at it in awe. He felt like he was in a unique zone where there was nothing else except for him, the spear, and the infinite amount of evil energy. The most important part was that he was able to take on the humongous attack. Congratulations, you've finally awakened the will of the Sky Blood Spear. That thrust was merged with the will of the weapon, Linger said. Chapter 86. The Will of the Sky Blood Spear. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Nyo.io Studio Editor. Nyo.io Studio, The Will of the Sky Blood Spear. Yi Mo asked in surprised. The attack he'd performed could penetrate the mountain-crushing palm without the help of any martial technique. Yes, it was something that was born from the connection that the Sky Blood Lady and the Sky Blood Spear had. Now that the Sky Blood Lady has passed, only the spearhead has the will left, Linger said. I never thought that the formation, breaking spear could summon that will again. It had caused me so much trouble when I was battling the Sky Blood Lady in the past. Is it really that strong? Of course. The will of the Sky Blood Spear has 5 different realms itself: the evil merging realm, evil penetrating realm, evil breaking realm, evil bursting realm, and finally the Sky Blood realm. That will that you'd shown just now was just the evil merging realm. The evil merging realm was the first realm, and it could merge the evil energy around the spearhead to strengthen it, yet the evil energy that it merged was not the actual thing, but was something that was born through the will of the Sky Blood Spear. The thrust that Yi Mo had performed was the evil merging realm. It counteracted Man Tai's martial technique with sheer force. So, you still have something up your sleeves, but that wasn't my full power either. I'll show you what it means to offend us. Man whose body began to shake as the wind around them blew harder. Suddenly, Man who began to grow at a tremendous speed until he was 10 times his original size. His palm alone was bigger than Yi Mo. Man who has invoked the most well-known barbarian's martial technique, Barbarian God Transformation. Legend has it that the barbarian god was 21 meters tall, as huge as an ancient deity. The barbarian god transformation allowed the user to transform into the god himself. Warriors who mastered this technique held high positions amongst the barbarians since they were acknowledged by the barbarian god. It wasn't their size that had only grown, but they would also gain immense speed, strength, and defense. The only downside was that they couldn't use any other martial technique when they were in that form. This is our most prized martial technique, Barbarian God Transformation. Count yourself lucky to be able to die under this technique. Man Tai roared as his palm inched towards Yi Mo. It felt like a mountain was about to fall on him as Yi Mo quickly evoked the windward dash and jumped backward. After evading the attack, he kicked the ground again and charged towards Man Tai. The formation, breaking spear was thrust forward at an astounding speed, aimed at Man Tai's head. Yi Mo was aiming for Man whose eyes as they were the weakest part on a human body. You sure are an idiot. If you think only my size and strength were boosted, then you're wrong. The Barbarian God Transformation has also increased my speed and defense too. Man Tai smirked as he swept his palm. Yi Mo was slapped down by the attack. He landed on the ground, unharmed due to the rank 1 dragon blood. Yi Mo turned his gaze towards the other 6 warriors on the rhinos and charged towards them. Even though they were all either spirit cultivating 8th or 9th realm, their talent wasn't as refined as Man Who's. Don't you dare harm my people. Man Who shouted and threw a punch towards Yi Mo. Yi Mo suddenly changed his trajectory and ducked. The mountain-like fist did not find its intended target but has instead landed on the barbarian warriors. 3 of the warriors were thrown back by the attack while the other 3 who were 9th realm warriors had enough time to react and jumped off their rhinos. As for the rhinos, they died instantly under Manhu's immense attack. What a heavy punch. Too bad it missed me. Well, since your defense should be sturdy too, this is the perfect time for me to try the flame charm. Yemo said and threw a charm towards the sky. The charm floated above Manhu as it began to grow. A huge dragon-like flame emerged from the charm and darted towards Manhu. A charm. Looks like you have a lot of items on you. Manhu roared, and he grabbed the dragon flame with his bare hands. With the help of the barbarian god transformation and the natural talent of the barbarians, Manhu wasn't afraid of the flame. He punched the dragon, and it exploded into fireballs. I'll take care of the other warriors first. Yemo thought as he charged one of the 8 realm warriors with his formation-breaking spear. The warrior didn't have time to react, and his head exploded like a watermelon as the surroundings were splattered with blood. Yemo did not stop after that and continued to attack like a berserker. The spear collided with one of the warrior's axe, and it pierced his defense and impaled another's head. 2 of the warriors died in an instant. You vicious brat. How dare you stall me with your charm attack? Die. Manhu was enraged when he saw 2 of his warriors were killed. He grabbed the flame dragon and threw it towards Yemo. The dragon raging in the wild. Yemo shouted as he swung the formation-breaking spear and a black energy barrier formed around him. The flame dragon collided with the black energy and it exploded, causing the ground to cave in. This is what you get for opposing us. Do you think a mere charm could stop me? Now that you've killed 3 of my warriors, I'll hang your head on our altar. Manhu looked at the pit and said. His body began to shrink, and he returned to his original size. Sir, now that we've avenged Mantai, what will happen to the marriage between him and Xiao Yu? One of the warriors asked. The marriage continues. Xiao Yu was able to become a charm master at such a young age, she'll definitely become an asset in the future. We still have Man Qi who had just advanced to the energy-shaping first realm. She can marry him, Manhu said. But, sir, Yemo had mentioned that Mantai was trying to lay his hands on the imperial concubine. What if we end up like the Mo clan? The warrior continued to ask. Manhu slapped the warrior and said, we still have 2 true energy realm warriors with us, don't you even compare us to the Mo clan. Plus, we have been providing the kingdom with training resources for years, they would never dare to wipe us out. Then I'll do it for the emperor myself. The will of the sky blood spear. Yemo jumped out from the pit and aimed the spear at Manhu. Chapter 87. Spirit Cultivating 4th Realm. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Nyo.bo Studio Editor. Nyo.bo Studio. The evil merging realm was the first will that the Sky Blood Lady had mastered. It allowed Yemo to infuse evil energy into the formation-breaking spear. The will of the Sky Blood Spear not only enhanced the spear's damage output but also allowed the user to influence their opponent's mind with the evil energy. Manhu could hear screams coming from the spear as a devastating scene appeared in front of him. It was a beautiful lady dressed in silver armor and armed with a long spear. Her body was covered in fresh blood while she stood in a living hell. Suddenly, the lady swung the spear and aimed at Manhu. Inches before the spear had reached him, the lady disappeared and was replaced by Yemo instead. Manhu quickly realized what was happening and thrust out his palm and shot stone-like energy towards Yemo. The spear impaled the huge stone, and everything lit up around them. Cracks began to form on the stone. Energy shaping. The stone was shaped using pure energy, and it shocked Yemo. He began to wonder if Manhu had already reached the energy-shaping realm and quickly shook his head. If Manhu were truly an energy-shaping realm martial artist, Yemo would never be able to hold his ground. When the energy in the energy center became dense, it would change into liquid form and store themselves in it. When a martial artist reached the energy shaping realm, they could shape the energy into anything they desire, and it increased their attacks as well. Even 50 spirit cultivating 9th realm martial artists were no match for one energy shaping 1st realm martial artist. He's not at the energy shaping realm yet, but he's halfway there, Linger said. You sure are strong, Yemo. Maybe the reason I still haven't advanced to the energy shaping realm was that I've yet to find a formidable opponent. I'll kill you today and use the chance to break through. Man Who laughed and disappeared from in front of Yemo. He reappeared behind Yemo and threw his fist forward. You're fast. Yemo shouted. Man Who was still at least a few dozens of feet away, but he'd closed the distance in an instant. That was when Yemo realized how powerful a half-energy shaping realm martial artist could be. Yemo did not hesitate as he pulled his spear towards his chest to block the attack. The shaft of the formation, breaking spear bent from the impact, and Yemo was sent flying a few feet back. He rolled a few times before he steadied himself and stood back up. The strength of a half-energy shaping realm martial artist was not something that Yemo could block with sheer force. You're too weak. You won't be able to kill me like that. Man Who said. But that doesn't tell me you can kill me easily either. Yemo laughed. Yemo gripped the formation, breaking spear and charged towards Man Who. Even though Man Who's attack was stronger than Yemo's, Yemo was still protected by the rank 1 dragon blood under his skin. Unless the opponent were stronger than energy shaping 1st realm, they wouldn't be able to cause any damage to Yemo. Impossible. Is he a monster? He'd taken a few direct hits from Man Who, and he's still unharmed. Maybe he has some treasure on him that blocks attacks. Could be. Let's attack him together. The remaining 4 spirit cultivating 9th realm martial artists looked at Yemo greedily as they thought that Yemo was carrying some sort of treasure on him. They kicked the ground and evoked 4 huge energy palms. Man Who also jumped upwards and pushed a massive energy palm towards Yemo. The combined attack from 5 warriors, including one half-energy shaping realm warrior, shook the forest and swept the pebbles off the ground. My body is protected by the rank 1 dragon blood, attacks like these won't be able to harm me even one bit. Yemo roared and steadied himself. 5 huge energy palms pushed down on Yemo, causing the ground to break and his shirt to erupt. That treasure is too powerful. He can withstand our attacks head-on. Don't stop. If it's a spiritual weapon, then it needs him to keep supplying his energy. If he stops, then the protection will wear off. The palms became bigger and denser. Trees began to unroot from the ground, and winds began to blow. Yemo's body was pushed down little by little from the pressure. It's working. The barbarians were wrong about one thing. Yemo was able to withstand the attack not because of some treasure, but because of the dragon blood. His body was sturdy enough to withstand any attacks from anyone weaker than the energy-shaping 1st realm. BL.net That was the effect of the rank 1 dragon blood, the bloodline of the ancient Azure Dragon. Rising Dragon Pillar. Yemo shouted, and a huge black hole appeared in his energy center. The 5 energy palms began to shrink as they were all absorbed into Yemo's energy center. 50 dragons emerged from the rising dragon pillar as they opened their red eyes and roared. Yemo was now truly as strong as a spirit cultivating 9th realm martial artist. At the same time, the 5 elements energy core began to change as his energy became denser. Yemo had successfully advanced to the spirit cultivating 4th realm. That was the true strength of the rising dragon energy pillar. The stronger the energy-infused attack was, the more beneficial it was in raising Yemo's potential. The rising dragon pillar could absorb any form of energy that came in touch with Yemo's body. Unless the attack was able to defeat Yemo in one hit, they would all become fuel for Yemo's growth. The 5 warriors could feel their energy weaken as the palms became smaller. They realized what was happening, but it was too late. Yi Mo had made his breakthrough, and he was in his top form, or even stronger. In contrast, the 5 barbarian warriors were almost out of energy. Tremble in fear. Yi Mo shouted, and he swung the formation, breaking spear. The spear was coated with evil energy as will of the sky blood spear awoke. All of the warriors except for Man Who couldn't even react, and their heads fell off from their neck. Chapter 88. Energy Clone. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Nyo I.bo Studio Editor. Nyo I.bo Studio. Yi Mo had finally achieved a balance between his strength and defense. His body was fortified by the rank 1 dragon blood. Anyone who was weaker than the energy-shaping first realm could never cause any damage to him, and his raw strength was aided by the dragon powers. The more dragons he could awaken, the stronger he would get. The only limit that Yi Mo had was his own level, since that determined the amount of dragon energies each mortal gate could hold. With his advancement to the spirit-cultivating 4th realm, each of his mortal gate could now control up to 10 dragon energies. With 10 dragon energies to each of his 5 mortal gates, his power was already stronger than spirit-cultivating 9th realm. Yet even though his power and energy had increased, he still felt incompetent. He was still no match for anyone stronger than the spirit-cultivating realm. Man Who evaded the fatal attack, but the spear had impaled an arm in the process. Yi Mo looked at the other 4 warriors who were lying on the ground, and his eyes reddened with fear. What a monstrous kid. He will be a threat to all of us if he keeps on growing. Man Who said to himself and waved both of his arms. Energies began to gather around him until a huge energy giant formed behind him. On one of the giant's hand was the Thunder War Axe clouded in purple lightning. Barbarian God descend. Taste the wrath of the thunder. Man Who kept waving his arms as the giant raised the axe. The axe swung down in an arc that split open the clouds and towards Yi Mo. Man Who had invested all of his remaining energy into the attack, bringing forth a disaster that shook the whole mountain with its thunderous roar. Twin dragon emerging from the ocean. Will of the sky blood spear. Yi Mo closed his eyes and summoned the evil merging realm and the twin dragon emerging from the ocean. 2 spear projections was formed from the evil energy and merged together into one powerful projection. Yi Mo opened his eyes and thrust his spear towards the incoming axe as 2 dragons coiled around his spear and roared. The formation, breaking spear clashed with the Thunder War Axe, causing a massive gust of wind from the impact. The dragons and purple lightning both rampaged in the wind and merged into one purple lightning dragon, lighting up the whole sky. Yi Mo pulled back his spear and ran into the wind. Man Who was sent flying from the impact while his hands were covered in his own blood. Even the barbarian god couldn't maintain its form and disappeared. Yi Mo stopped in front of Man Who and pointed his spear at Man Who's head. This is the barbarian god descend. It's so weak. Yi Mo insulted. Man Who could feel Yi Mo's murderous intent. He said in a shaky voice, "You can't kill me, I'm one of the minor leaders. If you kill me, nothing good will come to you." Yeah, right. All 8 of you were here to investigate the death of your young master and avenge him, are you not? Even if I don't kill you, nothing good will come to me either. Yi Mo thrust his spear forward and impaled Man Who's head. Yi Mo looked at Man Who's body without any emotions. It was either they were the one who perished or Yi Mo would be the one who was killed. Bedo Yi Mo noticed all 5 warriors that just died had a bag hanging on each of their waists. Most warriors would carry a bag with pills in them when they went out. Yi Mo took those bags and found several hundreds of spirit-fortifying pills in them. He even found 2 energy-shaping pills in Man Who's bag. "Looks like I've found something good," Yi Mo said, and was about to leave and a huge wind hit him and threw him off the ground. Yi Mo's face darkened and he looked at the person responsible for the attack. "How dare you kill our people?" It wasn't a person but instead was an energy clone. Even though it was formed by energies, it still had the shape of a human, and judging from his expression, he was furious. Only warriors stronger than the energy-shaping 8th realm could create an energy clone. It was a skill where the user created an exact copy of themselves using their own energy. Even though the clone was weaker than the real body, they would still have the number advantage against their enemy if they were in a close fight. What kind of martial technique is this? It can even speak. Yi Mo shouted in awe. That's a technique that only energy-shaping 8th realm warrior could use, the energy clone, Linger explained. But I can sense that his real body is very far away. The clone weakens if it was further away from the original, you don't have to worry about it. You might be able to take this chance and absorb it too. The clone could be absorbed by the rising dragon pillar since it was made out of pure energy. If the user were a true energy realm martial artist, it would be hard to differentiate them by their appearances. I don't care where they are from. If they don't pay me, they die. Yi Mo laughed. You little brat. How dare you rob from us barbarians, the clone shouted. Are you from the Limestone City? Is this how Qin Hao teaches his people? I'll take down you right here and present your head to Qin Hao when our main troops arrive tomorrow. I'll show the people of Limestone City the consequences of opposing us. The clone raised his hand, and a huge energy chain appeared in front of Yi Mo. The chain began to wrap itself around Yi Mo, completely subduing him in just a few seconds. Telekinesis, a technique that could be mastered in the energy-shaping 3rd realm. Yi Kuang had used the same technique on Yi Mo when he was killing Yi Clan's disciples at their martial pavilion. Do you think you can stop me with this? You think too highly of yourself. Yi Mo shouted and started to absorb the chain with the rising dragon pillar. In just a few seconds, the chain disappeared. The clone was shocked to witness this and said, "What is that? Could it be the energy-absorbing technique? You know too much, begone." Yi Mo readied the formation, breaking spear and charged. No one would have believed that a spirit-cultivating 4th realm kid would dare attack an energy-shaping 9th realm warrior's clone. The clone was shocked by Yi Mo's action even if his clone was only as strong as energy-shaping 1st realm. You sure have wits. What is your name? As the chieftain of the barbarians, I, Man Weiwu, only fight with people I know, the clone said. My name is Yi Mo. Chapter 89. The Absorbed Power. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Nyo.bo Studio Editor. Nyo.bo Studio. As soon as the clone heard Yi Mo's name, his eyes widened and he shouted, "So you're the one who killed my son and my troop? Who do you think you are? I've heard that you're one of the Shao clan's foreign aides. The Shao clan dares to go against me. The wedding is off. Yeah, and you barbarians are literally signing your death wish." Yi Mo looked at the clone and said. Did you even know what Man Tai had done? I guess Mo Feng did not tell you that he and Man Tai almost got the imperial concubine killed. As soon as she returned to the Heaven's Wall City, the Mo clan was wiped off from the earth. Do you think you barbarians could escape the Emperor's wrath too? The Shao clan wants to call off the wedding too. They are afraid that the Emperor would do something to them if they have a daughter in your hands. Do you think you can scare me with that? We barbarians are so much stronger than the Mo clan, the clone roared. So you think you are worth more than the imperial concubine? Who knows, maybe someone is already heading their way to kill you as we speak. Yi Mo laughed. Die. The clone jumped towards Yi Mo and thrust his palm forward. A massive energy palm appeared and inched towards Yi Mo. Yi Mo also opened his palm and clashed with the energy palm. Yi Mo kneeled down due to the pressure from the energy palm as the ground beneath him began to crack. The seemingly endless energy began to seep into Yi Mo's body. Warriors of the energy-shaping realm could master the force of vibration that could spread their energy when they attacked. The warrior who controlled the clone was none other than the chieftain of the barbarians, Man Weiwu, an energy-shaping 9th realm warrior. Even though his clone was able to use the force of vibration, the impact was not as powerful as an energy-shaping second realm warrior. Even if Emo was strengthened by the rank 1 dragon blood, the energy still vibrated throughout his entire body and caused damage to his internal organs. Blood began to flow out from his mouth. This was the first time Emo had been injured after he'd awakened the dragon blood. What a sturdy body you have. I see, that's why you were able to kill Man Hu. Looks like I'll have to destroy you right now, or else you'll definitely be a threat to us in the future, the clone said, and increased his power. The ground finally gave in and caved in. Too bad you don't have the chance to do that. Emo laughed, and the rising dragon pillar began to vibrate. A huge black hole appeared in his energy center and began to absorb the pure energy. Made clone. What technique is this? The clone noticed the changes in Emo's body and shouted in surprise. No technique nor cultivation method could achieve this. You must have some powerful treasure with you. You better stop this instant, or I'll definitely make you regret it when I meet you in person. Don't even think about it. With the number of barbarians I've killed, I'm already a dead man in your eyes anyway. Emo laughed as the clone began to shrink and Man Weiwu's connection began to weaken. I'll show you and the Shao clan what it means to oppose us when I arrive at Limestone City, the clone shouted. Die! Emo roared, and the clone was completely absorbed into his body. The energy clone was converted into fuel for the dragons on the rising dragon pillar. Dragons slowly opened their eyes one by one and roared as 10 more dragons awoke. Even if Emo could now utilize 60 dragon energies, he could still only infuse 10 to each of his mortal gate. He could store the remaining 10 in his energy center to help him recover from his wounds and act as an emergency supply until he could advance to the spirit-cultivating 5th realm. Sparks could be heard inside of his body as the 5 elements energy cores that surrounded the rising dragon pillar began to shine from the immense amount of energy that Emo has absorbed. Emo felt that the 5 elements cultivation had something more to it as the cores kept growing with each of his breakthroughs. Yet the current Emo could only use the cores to create pills and charms. Now that you've absorbed the clone, your power has increased as well, Linger said. If you meet any more of them in the future, absorb as many as you can. Do you think those warriors were weak? They must at least be an energy-shaping 8th realm to pull that technique off. If Man Weiwu were here, I would have been dead by now. Emo said. Now that you've crossed the line with the barbarians, I'd like to see how you get out of this alive. Linger pouted. I can only hope Mr. Shao makes his breakthrough to the true energy realm as soon as possible. Emo had promised Xiao Yu that he would take care of her parents. That was the reason he had to stay and fight, or else the barbarians would definitely target the Shao clan. Man Weiwu sat in the barbarians' main camp. He crushed a glass in his hand. Emo. I'll tear you to pieces and take that treasure away from you. If I present the treasure to the Emperor, he might forgive us. 2 warriors rushed in as soon as they heard the shattered glass. One of them was around 18 years old. He had the face of a fierce warrior. He was no other than the prodigy of the Barbariana, Man Chi. He was able to reach the energy-shaping 1st realm at the age of 18. The other one was the general of the barbarians' army. He was an energy-shaping 6th realm warrior who could shape his energy into wings. The general was in his 60s, yet his body was still tall and muscular, and he looked energized even when his hair and beard have already turned white. Father, what's the matter? The 18-year-old warrior said. My son, the 8 warriors I've sent to Limestone City are dead, Man Weiwu said. That's impossible. The Limestone City is just your average city, no one would dare touch them. Man Chi shouted in surprise. They were all done in by the same person who killed your brother, Emo. He's young but strong. What's more is that he holds a treasure that can absorb other people's energy, Man Weiwu said. The general bowed and said, Chieftain, since we're already here, why don't we use this chance and take Limestone City? We'll show them what it means to oppose us. Agreed. I want Yimo's head on the barbarian god's altar when we are finished with this. Chapter 90. Advancement is a piece of cake. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Nyo I.bo Studio Editor. Nyo I.bo Studio. Yimo washed himself off at the lake, put on a new set of clothes, and went back to Shao Mansion. When a martial artist manages to advance to the energy-shaping ninth realm, they gain the ability to cover their body with an energy barrier to protect them from getting splattered with blood. Each and every realm of the energy-shaping realm endows the martial artist with different abilities. Advancing to the energy-shaping realm was the foundational level for every warrior. As soon as Yimo returned to the Shao Mansion, Madame Shao stopped him and asked, "Yimo, why are you out this late? And where's Xiao Yu?" "Madam, I was just about to talk to you about it." The Phoenix curse went rampant again. Yimo said. Madame Zhao's face darkened and asked, "How is that possible? Where is she now?" Yimo looked at Madame Zhao's worried face, and his heart sank. She reminded him of his own mother, who would have been around Madame Zhao's age. "If she were alive, my mother would worry about me like how Madame Zhao is worried about her daughter, wouldn't she?" "Please, let me explain," Yimo said. "Yaya couldn't control the curse and wanted to release it far away from Limestone City, that's why she left. I would never let her die alone, that's why I went after her. We didn't expect a saint from the Sky Bane Palace to appear before us and help Yaya to control the curse. The saint wanted to take Yaya back to the Sky Bane Palace and train her. She's very strong, probably stronger than the true energy realm, and she seemed sincere about saving Yaya, that's why we agreed." "A saint from the Sky Bane Palace?" Madame Zhao said with excitement. It seemed like she'd heard about them before. "Yes, the saint said that she can help Yaya control the Phoenix curse," Yimo said and nodded. "Finally. The gods have not abandoned Yaya yet. Now that she's gone to the Sky Bane Palace, her future should be bright. But I guess it will be hard for me to see her again." Madame Zhao sighed. "It's alright, Madame Zhao," Yimo comforted. "I've promised Yue to take care of you too. I'll bring both of you to the Sky Bane Palace when I get stronger." Madame Zhao looked at Yimo and smiled at him for the first time. "Yimo, I'm sorry for mistreating you all this time. Even so, you've never abandoned Xiao Yu and kept protecting her. Please, accept my apologies. Madam, I've never blamed you for worrying about your daughter." Yimo saw that Madame Zhao was about to bow and quickly stopped her. The next morning, Yimo trained with the formation, breaking spear in Shao Mansion's garden shirtless. He swung the spear as the jet-black spearhead shone with the dragon energy. He gripped the spear firmly and threw it forward. The spear flew like an arrow, cutting down several bamboos along its way. Yimo pulled with the energy in his hand, and the spear naturally flew back to him. He kicked off the ground, caught the spear mid-air, and thrust towards the ground. A 7-foot black dragon, formed from his energy, appeared and struck the ground. The spear pierced through the solid ground and formed a huge pit. The remaining bamboo shook violently from the shockwave. Energy-shaping third realm martial artist could summon an energy hand to grab onto stuff. In short, they could perform telekinesis. Yet Yimo was still only a spirit-cultivating fourth realm martial artist and was not able to perform telekinesis. What he did was he infused dragon energy into the spear and moved the spear around by commanding that energy. Yimo took the spear and was about to leave when he heard footsteps behind him. "So you're training here," Leng Leng said as she walked towards him, followed by Ling Feng. "I've heard that you've advanced to the spirit-cultivating fourth realm. You sure are insane, huh? You were able to defeat a seventh realm warrior in one hit when you're just a second realm. An eighth realm should pose no threat to you now. Leng Leng. Why are you here?" Yimo smiled. He hadn't seen her since they parted after the fight for Mo Clan's treasure. Because you won't come and visit me. Lang Lang smiled. You gave us all of the Mo Clan's treasures and my dad wanted to thank you. But you never left the Shao mansion after the fight, so we thought that we should come and visit you instead. You don't have to thank me. Oh, right, since both of you are here, I have a huge gift for you too, Yi Mo said and took out 2 refined gray pills. They were the 2 energy-shaping pills he took from the barbarians. Energy-shaping pills. Lang Lang looked at the pills and shouted in awe. These are energy-shaping pills that were refined by yours truly, Yi Mo said. These should be able to get you into the energy-shaping realm easily once you two have reached the spirit-cultivating 9th realm. The siblings stared at the pills excitedly. Yi Mo was giving both of them 2 high-grade energy-shaping pills without wanting anything back from them. Thank you, my friend. Leng Feng said. When you need our help in the future, just let us know. We'll follow you even if we're going to hell itself. Same here. Lang Lang smiled and joked. But I guess you wouldn't force me to go to hell, right? Keep them, I've no use for them, Yi Mo said. Have a sit and meditate. I want to infuse some energies for both of you. Both of them sat down right away without hesitating. Yi Mo infused his dragon energy into their energy centers. The dragons turned into energy seeds and hovered in their energy centers. If they were able to completely absorb the seeds, their energy would become dense, and their cultivation speed will be increased by 10-fold. This was the method that Yi Mo had used to help Qinyan Alliance's Yan Shihan to advance into the spirit-cultivating 8th realm. After 2 hours, Lang Lang and Leng Feng both opened their eyes as their energies became denser and denser. Congratulations, both of you are now in the spirit-cultivating 5th realm, Yi Mo said. Keep on training for a few days, and you too should be able to reach the 7th realm. By then, both of you should be able to stand toe-to-toe with Qin Tianmu. The siblings looked at each other in disbelief. They'd never thought that breaking through a level would be this easy. By the norm, it should have taken them around half a year to advance to the 5th realm, yet Yi Mo helped them to achieve that in 2 hours. The surprises from Yi Mo just kept on coming.